and welcome to Tap to Connect and AY Body Mechanic. So how can you use EFT on any issue that you have? First thing is to identify what the issue is. The second is to find out what you're feeling in the body. So what emotion is related to the issue that's presenting with, and where do you feel it in the body? Then we give it an intensity. Does the body feel 0, calm, light? Or does it feel 10, a high intensity? So once you've identified what the issue is, where you're feeling it in the body, what the intensity, 0 being calm, light and peaceful, all the way through to 10, which is a high intensity of distress, and we call it subjective units of distress. Once you've identified, we then start the sequence. Starting on the side of the hand, we start with the setup sequence. Even though I have this, and insert what the problem is, I deeply and completely love, honour and accept myself. And then going to the top of the head first, using the information from the setup statements. This problem, inner eyebrow, this problem, outer eyebrow, this problem, underneath, this problem, underneath the nose, just above the lip, this problem, underneath the mouth, this problem, tapping onto the chest, this problem, and then just under the arm, this problem, top of the head, and I'm just going to give you an example of what this problem could be. This anxiety, inner eyebrow, and you can use 2 hands as well. This anxiety, outer eyebrows, and I feel it in my chest. Underneath the eye, this anxiety, underneath the nose, and I feel it in my chest. Underneath the mouth, this anxiety, and then tapping onto the chest, this anxiety, and then underneath the arm, and I feel it in my chest. Then finishing off, placing the thumb on the acupressure point, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then we go back to check the intensity. So on that scale, do I feel calm, light and peaceful? 0. Or do I feel 10, a high intensity? Now what we would do is, depending on that intensity level, ideally we want to try and get it down to a 0, but it's a really good way of you checking in for yourself. So for example, say it was a 10, is it now an 8? Are you feeling that little bit calmer? Does the issue not feel so overwhelming during that time? Is there thoughts that are coming in because we're allowing the subconscious mind to open up and give us those nuggets of information that we can use? And then what we do is we go through that whole sequence again. Now where you're feeling it in the body may have moved, or it may be in the same place. If it was pain or anxiety or frustration or whatever that emotion, that might have changed. It might have changed to worry. So then we bring that into the setup statement. So for example, even though I now have this worry and I feel it in my throat, and I deeply and completely love, honour and accept myself. And we would go through each of the points, and what we do is we tap on each point a minimum of 7 times. Again, while saying what's coming up, and you can also include the intensity, so it might now be a 9. I tend to like to use both hands on certain points, and at each point I'm saying, for example, this worry, and it's in my throat. And it's a 9. This worry. And it's in my throat. And it's a 9. And you may feel that your body's just starting to relax and calm down and refocus underneath the eyes, and again at each point, and anything else that comes into mind when you're tapping. Might be, and I'm being very hard on myself. You might want to bring that into each tapping, what comes up. And again mentioning this worry. And it's in my throat. Take a deep breath in. And now just check back in with that intensity of the initial issue. Now there are times when we have what we call psychological reverse, or we call it PR, where the sub-level, so that's the 0 to 10 scale, it doesn't seem to change. And at that point, what we would do is we will bring in a couple more techniques, which I will go through at another video. We will bring in something called the sore spot, bring in a bit more breath work, and also start to get more specific around that issue. But for now, just get used to playing around with this EFT process. So to recap, focus on what that issue is for you. What are you feeling in the body and where? What intensity is it? 0 being calm, light and peaceful, or 10 being a high intensity. start with the setup statement, even though, and then you would put your problem. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And it's really nice as you go through the tapping, when you're doing that setup statement, that you really emphasize that I deeply and completely love, honour and accept myself. And then we tap through each part of the tapping points twice. Take a deep breath in and relax. I hope you find that useful. Please subscribe if you would like to be alerted for more videos, and be open to the possibility that literally at our fingertips we have the possibility to change how we're feeling and improve our condition. Much kindness.